welcome back to my channel. Today we are finally going to decorate our formal dining room for Christmas. We have done a lot of decorating over the last week and a half. I know these videos are coming out a little bit slower than that, but I have to edit them. So this is the last indoor space that we are doing. I've kind of done it in pieces, so you're going to see me in multiple different outfits in this video because just as I've been able to do it, I am getting it done. But today we're going to finish it up and I'm really excited to see how it turns out. The formal dining room is the first space you see when you come in. I mean, you see the living room too. So it's like formal dining room and living room. So it's an important space and it's one of my favorite places to decorate, and it's one of my favorite rooms. Like, it's the first room I finished up decorating in this house. So it's a special one. This is the first time I've ever had a formal dining room, so it's fun to decorate. But I have a lot of fun ideas. So I don't know, with that being said, let's just go ahead and get started. Spoiler alert, this is the best decor in the house. Like, this is gonna be the best. I absolutely love the way this turned out. But regardless, here's where I'm starting. We have this like giant arch. I think it's probably around 10 feet tall. Our ceilings, I think, are 12 feet tall. I'm guessing here. I have no idea, honestly. But basically, I just put a couple of nails around it. I will either patch them for like after the holidays and redo it next year, or just not worry about it. But I have these garlands that I got from Walmart, and they were $3 each. I double them up and I end up using 8 on this arch total. So the arch is $24. And then I'm also adding this garland I got this year from At Home. I used it on my mantle as well. I just wanted to use 2 of these over the top just to give it a fuller look at the top. I don't know why, but that's like what I was going for this year. I did zip tie it on so it stays secure. The other thing I wanted to do was I kind of wanted it to match or coordinate with the mantle this year. If you saw that video, I just did like one side with a big bow and kind of leaves and stuff out from it. So I wanted the top of this arch to mimic that. I started doing a faux bow at first. As you can see, it's just where you basically take a couple of loops that are not attached and tuck it in. It didn't work. So I went ahead and made a real bow, and I'm going to use this instead and use the pieces from the faux bow in the rest of the garland. But I did just tuck this in there and secure it with a zip tie. Working over your head is actually quite hard to do, and I am scared of heights, so this is like even harder for me, I guess, than other people. So yeah, the easier I can make it on myself, the better. I would totally decorate this on the ground if I thought I could put it up here and still have everything I decorated like facing out. But garlands twist, so I don't know if there's a trick to it that I'm gonna have to learn over the years or what, but for now we're decorating it in place. So as you can see, I just have these 2 longer tails that I went ahead and started weaving down the garland, and then those pieces that I had started the faux bow with, I'm going to go ahead and like do a faux weave down the rest of the garland. And then I'm also going to add in white ribbon. I didn't have like a lot of white ribbon, so I'm actually doing shorter pieces and kind of tucking it in. You'll see it in a couple of minutes, but I really like the way this looks, and it definitely does coordinate it with the fireplace garland. So on the fireplace, I used a couple of these magnolias that I'm going to stick in here. So I did want to add these to it. I also used these white leaf picks, but I used them all on the mantle. So I am just going to add some frosted picks to the top of this. Don't worry, I fix it from what like you see right here. I had to go up and down the ladder like 20 times to like see it from the bottom and come back up and fix things because again, working over your head is hard. So anyway, I just wanted it to kind of like spray out at the top here, just like it does on the mantle. And this is the best way I could do it without the other like leaf picks like I have on the mantle. But I like the way this turned out. I think it's really, really pretty. It's simple and actually a lot less work than last year where I did all kinds of ornaments and flowers and it was very, very full. But this ribbon weaving and stuff, it still looks full and beautiful, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So we're going to move into the corner over here. As you can see, I have this small tree. It is a 4-foot pre-lit tree, and I got these plant stands this year. I wanted to put trees over here, but I did not want to spend a bunch of money. So I had 2 of these. Funny story. My son came home from college for Thanksgiving and said he thought he might want to decorate his dorm. So I gave him one of these trees thinking, oh, I can just go buy another one, no big deal. But it was a big deal because they're sold out. So I got another 4-foot flocked tree from Walmart. It is not the same, but I bent the branches the best I could to make it look similar. So you can't tell, but whatever. I'm just going to set this one up. This is actually before I got the second tree, and then we're going to move on to some other decor before I decorate these. I wanted to show you where I put the rest of my grandma's village houses. I have the rest of the 10 up here that I didn't get to use on the kitchen cabinet. I actually shared my kitchen decorating video a couple of days ago. I will link that below if you did not see it, but I couldn't get these to light up. So I did these garland, or this garland, and some LED lights to kind of give it some glow up here. But next year I'll try to get access to the outlet and actually light them up. But for now, we're going to go ahead and move on to the chandelier. I actually did the same thing in my breakfast nook. So if you missed that video, I will link it below. But basically, this is half of one of those garlands from Walmart that are $3. And then I'm using these garland ties, I guess, to attach it to each of the lights. And this just secures it really well. And then I'm going to add in some extra greenery on top of it to fill it out. It's the same greenery I've been using for years. I got it from Hobby Lobby. It is not a Christmas like pick or anything, but it looks kind of piney to me, so that's why I always end up using it. But we're going to make it look pretty much like the breakfast nook chandelier as well. I do like to match these 2 chandeliers. I don't know why. I just think it looks kind of good to have it be like continuous or continual like flow through the house where the decor coordinates. And I really, really loved the way the breakfast nook turned out chandelier. So we're doing the same thing over here. So here's the extra greenery that we're adding, and then we're going to go ahead and add the same berries that we did in the breakfast nook. The last addition to the chandelier are going to be these ornaments. I got these from Hobby Lobby this year. I got 2 different kinds. I used a different one in the breakfast room, but these ones were a little bit more fancy to me, so I wanted to use them in the formal dining room. I love the way this turned out. I don't know why, but the extra like crystals just makes it feel that much more special. So it's kind of a cool touch, an idea that I thought I would share. Next, we are going to go ahead and do the table. We're going to do a whole tablescape here. Now, I won't keep all the plates and things out all season. This is just so that you guys can see how I will decorate it for actual Christmas dinners. But the first thing I'm going to do is add some candles. I love candles in my tablescapes. I think I use them in every single one. I don't have matching ones, obviously. So, but once this is all decorated, you won't like see it visually. I mean, you could see that they don't match, but it's not going to be very noticeable. So, when I do this, what I like to do is cover the base of the candles and do like a spread that comes out each way. So we're starting with greenery base, and then just using a couple different picks, I can't speak, to just give it interest on the bottom layer. And then we'll come in with all the pretty things, and we're gonna make it like coordinate with everything else with all reds and whites. Okay, onto the actual table settings. I have these gold chargers I got from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. Pretty sure they still carry them because it's like a staple in their decor, but they're very inexpensive and I use them all the time. So I'm just going to do a white base plate, and then I have these Christmas plates that I got a couple years ago from Walmart. They're from Better Homes and Gardens. I have two different kinds that I love to do like every other plate on, just because I love both plates so much and I can't pick which one I ever want, so I'll use both. And then for the napkins, we're gonna do like a bow. So this is how I fold it, and I just scrunch it in the middle and stick the napkin ring over top of it. And this is just kind of a fancy way to do your fabric napkins. I do like to try different things all the time on my settings. And this turned out pretty, although I have to say I need to get some like Christmas napkins. I don't have any. It's one of the things I've been wanting to do, is to start collecting different kinds of cloth napkins for holidays and stuff. So I'm on the lookout. I just don't like to spend a lot of money on it. And then next I'm going to go ahead and add this gold silverware. This is also my grandma's. So it's very special to me. It's very beautiful, and I love to use it for special occasions. set up my Christmas tree in the family room this year, I had to move my grandfather clock into the dining room because the tree is now where the grandfather clock usually sits. So this space in between these two windows, it fits really, really well here. But I will say I kept the leaf in my dining room table from Thanksgiving, and there's not a lot of space now with the clock, but I really like the leaf in the dining room table, so I'm leaving it. It's a little tight, but I like the way it looks. But I did want to add a little bit of greenery and a ribbon, and then I got these two candlesticks holders from I think TJ Maxx or Home Goods this year, and I hadn't used them yet, so I thought they would be pretty in these front windows with the LED candle lights. This is my second tree. This is the one from Walmart. It's much fuller than the other tree, but like I said, I bent the branches to try to make it look similar to the other one, and you can't really tell once it's decorated, but we're going to fluff this up. I did want to mention before, I got the plant stands so that I could give height to these 4-foot trees. I wanted them to be kind of taller, 5 or 6 feet, but I didn't want to pay for 6-foot trees, so this was how I did it cheaply. And then we're going to add these vintage pillowcases to the bottom that were inherited from my husband's family as tree skirts. I don't know, I thought it looked pretty, so I had 2 of them. I figured, what the heck. And then we're going to go ahead and decorate the trees with the same red velvet ribbon that we've been using the whole time, and some ornaments. And for the top of them, I'm just going to make the same kind of bow I keep making all the time, and then weave down ribbon through the trees, and then add the ornaments, and they will be all set. So here's how our formal dining room space turned out. I absolutely love the way the decor is in here this year, even better than last year. I love the clock being in here, the 2 trees on the side, the archway is so special, even though it's so hard for me to do. But I really, really love how everything turned out and the way it looks with the family room and the kitchen and the breakfast room. Everything just came together really, really beautifully. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I appreciate your support. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, and I will see you guys in the next one.